Meantime, the Biden administration vowing to send $1.2 billion to fight famine in northern Africa. But American farmers and American consumers are struggling with soaring costs. Some say we have our own concerns of a food crisis here at home as well. John Boyd Jr., president of the National Black Farmers Association, joins me now. Sir, great to have you on the program. Couldn't American farmers who are really struggling with inflation right now use that $1.2 billion?
Well, I tell you right now, I'm sure those African countries definitely need the support. But we also have to take care of those at home. $50 billion to Ukraine, and we continue to help other parts of the world. But we haven't taken care of American farmers. Black farmers have a measure that we've been waiting for over a year and a half, for $5 billion. We have to do better at taking care of America's farmers and taking care of those American people first. It's the whole issue here. And the Biden administration isn't moving and acting swiftly enough to address the farm crisis. So, yes, we have the issues with climate change, but we also have a farm crisis that we're not putting first and taking care of. So you have the high cost of fuel, the high cost of fertilizer and lime, and all of these upfront costs for America's farmers. And we haven't done anything in place to fix that. So as these things continue to roll out, we're going to lose more and more farmers by not acting. We're heading for a food shortage in this country, where you have different regions of the world, such as Ukraine, and that won't be producing enough of America's, enough commodities there, such as corn, wheat, and soybeans. All of these things are going to affect us here home, and we're going to see empty food shelves in the coming months.
John, you mentioned the cost of fertilizers. I know you know the numbers. I don't know if our audience really knows, unless they're a farmer, the impact on the farming community. Look at these numbers. Some fertilizers have gone up 200%. Others have nearly tripled in price. In light of what you just told us, do you feel forgotten by the Biden administration?
Well, you know, the president committed to having a meeting with me last year to discuss some of these very concerns that we're raising right now. Fertilizer has tripled. You know, last year I was paying close to $400 a ton, and this year I'm paying $1,100 a ton for 777.
Wow.
Last year I was paying $2.60 some for a gallon of diesel fuel. This year I'm paying almost $6 a gallon for diesel fuel. These costs have tripled, and the farmer has to pay them up front, people. You know, not behind, and, you know, not when we sell our crop. All of these costs are upfront costs. And we really don't know what we're going to sell our commodity for, you know, at harvest time. So the administration hasn't put things in place to help us. And what they're saying is, you know, crop insurance. For a farmer like myself, crop insurance comes last, people. I'm going to buy seed and all of the other implements that I just spoke about, fertilizer and lime and all these things. Those things have to be bought first, and crop insurance comes last. The way to fix it is to put things in place to help America's farmers right now and put America's farmers first. The administration isn't talking enough about the plight of what's going on with America's farmers. We're losing farmers every year that we don't take action, and that's going to hurt us here at home. High cost of food, that's going to affect every American that walks into the supermarket. And my question today is, have you been to the supermarket lately and looked at these food prices? We have to find a way to invest in infrastructure for farmers and put farmers first and put more small-scale farmers back into business.
John, before we let you go, does the Washington ivory tower elite know what you're going through? Do they know what it's like to farm? Do they know what it's like to walk into a supermarket, to have to pay $10 for a loaf of bread? Do they know that?
Well, I tell you right now, farming is the hardest occupation known to man. It never stops. It's 7 days a week. And it's the only occupation, people, that's not Republican, it's not Democrat. That dirt on the ground, that soil that I farm every day, doesn't ask me what color I am, what I look like. It just asks, can I farm and raise that commodity? The administration has to look at agriculture and farming in that aspect and fix the problem for the American farmers in this country. If not, we're going to be on the losing end. And I think a lot of people are going to show up to the polls and make those decisions in the coming months, with midterm elections coming. So the administration needs to act. And, I'm here again asking for the meeting with the president because he committed to that. And the way I was raised by my daddy, John Boyd Sr., a very humble farmer, when you give the man his word, you need to honor your word. So I'm hopeful that the administration will come to the table and meet with me and address these long-standing problems that we have here.
There are only a few things you really need to survive in life: air, water, and food. They should help out the people like you, John Boyd Jr., who make the food. Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. Best of luck.